sir.
Now we shift our focus to the NBA. It's been 2 games so far in the NBA season, and it's pretty still early. But what are your early NBA thoughts as so far?
Well, being the Lakers fan that I am, Monte, I think that we look very good. And the stats, I don't think the stats are going to show much because Bron's only averaging 22 points per game. But he's also only playing 30 minutes a game. So I think AD and LeBron are definitely on coast mode for right now. Like, so I think we're just chilling at this point.
Okay.
But I think the energy and the potential for this team is really good. I think Trez was probably the most underrated free agent signing of the offseason because he just adds energy. He's like our Draymond. He's that type of player. He just adds so much energy to the team. Dennis Schroeder, an insane trade. We traded Danny Green for him. Like, that's a huge steal. The biggest. Oh my God, I can't even talk about how much I love that. THT, if he could get some more play time, I mean, he's averaging 5 points in 9 minutes.
Yeah, you really love him, huh?
I love THT. He's like Kawhi. He's the next Kawhi, is what I'm saying.
He's the next Kawhi.
Yeah. Mark it right here in this podcast, episode 1. THT is the next Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, I feel like we have a very good team. Our team is way better than last year already.
Yeah, so I agree with you on the Lakers standpoint. The Lakers were a very good team last year, but I think they got even better. Which
is crazy.
As you stated before, AD averaging 23, LeBron 22, Trez 19 and a half, Dennis 16, and Kuz 14. You could work with those numbers. You have 5 people averaging above 14 and above. That's another solution for a championship right there. But
yes, that is very good.
But here's that may be the solution for another championship. But you also have the Nets, that we saw in these first 2 games have looked.
No, they've looked amazing,
better than what we imagined.
Yes, absolutely. So, way better than what I thought he was going to look like.
So the question was, can Kyrie and KD coexist? And so far in these first 2 games, I would say yes, because
which is such a weird question because that's like the best players on the planet.
Right.
Kyrie's like top 25 probably, but still, that's
I agree with you. But Kyrie is known to take a lot of shots, of course.
Yeah, no, of
and,
course.
Russ took a lot of shots, so they kind of compared those.
But like, they don't really have another star on that team. It's really just them two, and
they got some
amazing role players. Amazing. Yes.
So I was saying
They're probably going to be the 1 seed in the East. I think by far. I could easily see them getting it by like 5-6 games.
You think so? I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to get the 1 seed again.
The Bucks are good, but
but then again, we're not talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the regular season, so that's why I have the Bucks.
Yeah.
We're saying that the Bucks kind of struggle in the playoffs, but in the regular season, they look like the best team in the NBA.
They do. They're so good all year.
So yeah, I mean, I think
I like how different regular season basketball is compared to playoff basketball because it's so much different. Like playing a team, you have to beat them 4 times.
You do.
You play a different team like every night.
And as we saw last year with the Nuggets, you could come back from 3-1.
Right. Just over and over again.
Anything can happen. So, but yeah, I understand that they could coexist. And based off of, I don't want to stress it too much and say that James Harden is gonna average 44 this season based off of 1 game, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think based off of 1 game, we can conclude he's still James Harden.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, I would. Bro, I saw on Twitter someone said that he's playing with gonorrhea and barbecue wings in his system. He's dropping 44 and 17 on you, like 15 pounds overweight. Like the man is just amazing.
17 to do.
He's so good.
He is.
He's so good.
But
if he can bring that team to the playoffs,
he doesn't want to stay. So.
Oh man, if he can bring that team to the playoffs, man.
Unfortunately, he doesn't want to stay with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins.
I don't know where he's gonna get. Where would he even get traded to though?
I'm not
Philly. There's no way he's going to Philly.
Yeah, that I don't know because All right, so one of the teams were the Celtics,
Yes.
and I say absolutely not
They
because he's
definitely
going
have
to
pieces
mess up
for it.
that chemistry, and probably
Oh yeah.
the Celtics are probably going to have to trade Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. I think
And
the trade offer would be Kemba and Jaylen Brown and probably a pick. That's what James Harden is worth to me because that means
or
insane.
they could do a three-way trade because I don't think
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't take Kemba knowing that they already have John Wall. So
yeah.
maybe a three-way trade, but I don't
Or they could
see
just go crazy small ball and have John Wall at the 1 and Kemba at the 2.
no.
There would be no defense being played, but
I just don't see the Celtics and Danny
no,
Ainge
they
breaking
definitely have
breaking that
I
up.
feel like that's the team with the best pieces for a trade though. Them and
What?
the Nets.
The
Celtics
Nets?
and the Nets definitely have the best pieces for a James Harden trade.
I agree with that.
Because the Nets, I think Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jarrett Allen, easily all gone for James Harden. Easily.
Yeah, but if
'Cause
you're the
getting
Nets, you want to do that. You want to try
if I'm
it,
the Nets, absolutely, 100%.
knowing that you have some really good role players, and that's what
Yes,
your team needs.
yes.
That's what they do. Really
Because who is guarding KD, Kyrie, and James Harden? Nobody.
yeah, but
There's not one team on this.
then the question will become: can that coexist? Because James Harden gets to the line 14 times a game, so that means he needs the ball in his hand.
Oh yeah, but I think they could coexist. I think they could. I think
I think
to win a championship. I think they could find a way. But I don't think the Rockets trade him unless they're getting a star back, which I don't think is going to happen.
I saw something on Bleacher Report, like saying that the Pelicans would be a destination.
The Pelicans.
Yeah.
What would they trade for him? Lonzo?
Mm.
They would have to be Lonzo. Lonzo has to be in that trade.
Me being a Pelicans fan, I don't want to see it break apart because I don't see how you can keep Ingram and Zion
And then also
and also get Harden.
Yeah, no.
So that's why I
They
kind
would
of
be so. They would have to trade
Brandon
Steven Adams
playing
too.
the same exact way as
Oh yeah,
last year.
no, he's going crazy. And if Zion keeps playing, if he's dropping like 25 a night, then they don't need James Harden at all.
They don't need James Harden and Steven
Which
Adams.
is a crazy thing to say that you don't need James Harden.
Yeah,
but
that is.
I mean, shit, the Lakers could trade for him.
No,
but
no,
we have the pieces.
Stop that.
We could trade Trez.
Trez would be so mad if you guys traded him.
We could trade Trez.
You know how much dirt he'll put on the Lakers if you guys traded him.
We could trade Schroeder, Trez and Schroeder.
You're gonna give up pieces that just got there
for James Harden? 100%.
No,
Monte,
no.
we are going back to back easily if we get James Harden.
I don't know. No,
easily.
Who's taking the last shot?
Who's taking the last shot?
Yeah,
we're not gonna have someone that needs to take the last shot because we're winning games by 30. Because we have Anthony Davis and James Harden.
Who's taking the last shot? It comes down to it.
Who's taking the last shot?
Yes.
Probably any one of them. Literally any one of them could take that last shot.
You have to choose. You can't give it all three.
It depends who's hot. If James Harden's hot, I'm giving the ball to James Harden. If Braun's hot, I'm giving the ball to Braun. If AD's hot, I'm giving the ball to AD. Easily. That team would be so, bro. Our team would be so crazy.
I don't see it.
All right, but I can't talk about the Lakers too much.
Yeah, because you love them.
Yeah, I do. But
any more thoughts on the early NBA?
Some very surprising teams. Even though it's only 2 games in the season.
Right.
But the Cleveland Cavaliers, Colin Sexton is averaging, I'm just going to round up and say 30 points per game, which is quite amazing. I did not think he was going to come out and start playing like that. He's only averaging 4 assists, but he's not really he plays point guard, but I've never really viewed him as a point guard. I think he's definitely a shooting guard because he's a great scorer.
Small, so he's a point guard.
Yeah. And same thing for I think the same thing for Darius Garland, who's averaging 21.5 points per game in his second league. Also, and he's averaging 9 assists with that, which is an amazing stat line. He's averaging 21.5, 5.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.5 steals through 2 games, that's a fantastic stat line for a second-year player. And then you have Andre Drummond, and then you have Kevin Love, and then you have good role players like Chetty Osman, JaVale McGee, Larry Nance. The team is good. I don't think that they'll keep up this pace because they don't really have a star unless Colin Sexton is just that dude all of a sudden. But shit, if they keep playing good, they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I feel like if they could because you got to understand they have pieces, but it's not great. But if Colin Sexton can take that next step and average about 20 around there, then you have Kevin Love who could give you 15. Yeah. Kevin Love's not the same Kevin Love, so
no,
you gotta
But even so, I mean, so far he's averaging 15
Drummond could give you 15. Garland could give you 15.
The team, they have a lot of good pieces.
Yeah, if they could keep that, I think they can. See,
I could see them being 8, 9, 10 seed.
You see, but they have the play-in for this season, so I think it's 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10 has a play-in.
They do.
So, or is it 11? I'm not sure.
No, I think it's probably, or it might just be 8 and 9.
No, it's not 8 and 9. I know it's 8, 9, and 10 guaranteed.
Okay, then probably 11 too for
See, for the East, for that 8th seed, I would
It's always so bad.
I think the Wizards. That's just me.
I know you think the Wizards, Monte.
I do think the Wizards.
I think there is a lot of good contenders for the 8th seed. I think the Bulls, even though they've started off really bad, can make the 8th seed. I think they can turn it around. I think definitely the Wizards can. Obviously, I think the Cavs can. But it's gonna be a tight race for that 8th seed. There's a lot of good for the 8th seed teams. Not good teams, but around that area.
Should you worry about getting 8th seed though? Do you think, or should you play for the 9 and play for the 10?
Oh well, I mean, I think you would definitely just want to be the 8th seed.
Okay.